What's up, Chuckle Fucks? It's me, Dark Raikou. Now, yes, this is kind of what if on my second channel. So, yeah, it's called What If Issei. How do you fucking say his last name? Whatever you say, how you say his last name. Mostly the perverted guy from, what's that one? That one, what's it called? Anime called High School DxD. God, I'm just confused in the whole fucking anime. The storyline is goddamn confused, but yeah. But I do like mythical stuff, like mostly mythology and other things. But I wish it didn't have that much fan source. Like, goddamn, why? Whatever. Still watching it. If it gets good, I'll probably just like the freaking mythology stuff. But everything's just confusing to me. Very confusing. But I have an idea for what if, but I wouldn't upload on my first channel, just because I don't fucking know. I don't know. Probably because I'm not trying to get, I don't know, fucking demonetized or something. I'm not trying to, besides, I'm not gonna make it very lewd in my what if, because what the fuck? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, the fan service on that goddamn anime. Never mind, I should stop rambling on. But, yeah, this is called What If Issei Had the Powers of, well, yeah, powers. My spelling sucks also. You already gonna know this. If my first channel, my spelling sucks, then my fucking second channel, I'm gonna still be sucking at spelling. Don't worry, but yeah, I might change it later. But have the powers of the dragon and shadow monarchs. Now, if you don't know what the hell, well, if you don't know what solo leveling is, and you just click on this video because you know what the fuck Issei, I don't really know how to say his last name. I'll go search it up, but fuck it. If you know that guy from fucking High School DxD, then you're gonna not really know, or you do know about the Shadow and Dragon Monarch from Solo Leveling. So I'll explain it very fast, even though my first channel everyone knows what the hell Solo Leveling is. Should, but I don't know. But of course, Solo Leveling is basically a character who basically levels from just a kind of system. A system that allows him to level up all the way to 100, and then beyond that, and then he fought against, well, someone called the Dragon Monarch. Now there's a couple of different monarchs, like the poison, or mostly not poison, the plague monarch, the kind of iron monarch, the giant monarch, the ice, what's it? No, it was called the frost monarch, the beast monarch, and so on and so on and so on. Now, I picked two characters from there, and that is the Dragon Monarch and the Shadow Monarch. Now, the Shadow Monarch is a monarch that was born from the light, but died and became darkness. Well, not died and become darkness, mostly born from the light, while, well, the Dragon Monarch was born from the darkness. It even does it in the webtoon if you have read it. Now, if you're all waiting for the goddamn anime, then yeah, blah blah blah, whatever. But, of course, the Shadow Monarch is named Ashborn, while, well, the, what's it called, mostly, well, the Shadowborn, the Shadow Monarch before Sun Jinwoo was named, well, Ashborn. His now his new successor would be Sun Jinwoo, and now, well, Issei will be the next successor, but yeah. Of course, then in the Dragon Monarch only had himself, but yeah. Now, the only reason I thought of the Dragon Monarch to be here in this kind of what if is because Issei has something called Sacred Gear, which allows him to kind of boost himself because he had something called Red Dragon Emperor or something. But yeah. Now, what else was I? Oh, that's all. Also, the Dragon Monarch's name is named Antoinette. I think so. Antoinette? Something like that. But whatever, I'll go search it up later. But not the point. Let me begin into this what if, and let me shut the fuck up. Now, we begin into, well, about a couple, well, days later. Mostly, it seems that a new transfer kid, well, not really a new transfer kid, has actually showed up. Mostly the same kid, but he hasn't been here since about a couple of months. That's just because he didn't feel like it, or sort of. And that's mostly the excuse that he just came back. This is where, this person has basically a hood on, a black hood, and of course, well, His eye seems to be very darkish purplish with red in it. Of course, well, he has, well, shades right now, so no one can actually see his eyes entirely. Of course, well, he is like walking to school. Now, of course, he does have his like book bag thing or whatever. And of course, this is where so many students are actually wondering in who he is or who she is. Mostly the guys. The guys are right now saying they don't even know if this guy is a guy or a girl, but they don't care. They're still being perverted as fuck. Then there's the girls who thinking it might be a hot guy or whatever. Yeah. Yes, well, this person says this school really never changes. It's been about 6 months. This school really doesn't change shit. God, why did I enroll in this school in the first place? It's where some girls kind of walk past this person, or not walk past him, or walk right in front of him, and kind of just like knee down, or a little bit, like kind of bow down in front of him. Right now, popping out their kind of jugs out to kind of see if this person would be seduced and all that, or would he kind of just like them and all that. This is where, well, this person says, "Can you move out of the way?" He says in a dark, deep tone voice. Now, this is where, well, the girls kind of saddened, but this is where, well, they tried to talk to this person until this person just walks past him, like without a goddamn care. This is where, well, he then realized, oh god, my old self was much more perverted. Me right now, I just don't give a fuck. This is where, well, something that pops right next to him. It was a blue screen that right now says, right now it just had the system saying, "System. Hello there, what's it called? Shadow and Dragon Monarch. System alert. People, look all of you. Well, look at you. Achieve system. 10,000 eyes right now upon you." This is where this person says, so annoying. This is where he clicks out the freaking, well, system box. Mostly just pokes in the mid-air, which people were confused. But this is where, well, this person didn't give a shit. This is where, well, we go into the classroom. This is where, well, he's right now in class 1B. And of course, this is where, well, the teacher says, "Okay, students, we're going to be learning about this, while the boys are being kind of perverse and the girls are kind of just evil at the guys and all that." This is where, well, the door kind of opens wide, and this is where this person kind of walks through it. This is where the person goes to actually sit in his original spot. That was 6 months ago. This is where, well, the teacher says, "Hey, you, young man, what are you doing?" This is where, well, the person says, "I came late. I'm going to go sit down in my spot, okay?" This is where, well, the teacher said, "Okay." This is where, well, the teacher says, "Okay, then go ahead." This is where, well, she then goes back to writing, but this is where half the students are just damn confused in who this person is, because there's about 19 students in the classroom, which there's one exception, and that kid hasn't been seen for like 6 months. The girls are happy, the guys don't really care, but yeah. The person then sits down in the spot originally, well, that 20 person would be at. This is where, well, the teacher realized, wait, no, all the students are here except for one kid. When she turns around, she sees the kind of black hood person right now is just taking a nap. This is where, well, she then says, "So," she like throws something at him, and of course this person catches it right now with one finger. It's like he grabs the chalk and right now just starts crushing it in his hands, turning that shit to dust. This is where, well, the teacher says, "Tell me, what exactly is your name? Because there's already all the 19 students, and you're right now sitting in Issei Hyoudou." Okay, you won't let me. Issei Hyoudou. This is where, well, or is it? Okay. Issei Hyoudou. Now this is where, well, the teacher says, "Tell me, what exactly your name is?" "Well, you already said it, so just mark me present, because I don't want the fucking cops or fucking bullshit on my ass. I just came here because the cops did annoy me to come here. Damn, if I had another choice, I would have fucking tried to move out. But damn, that didn't work because my parents were annoying as fuck." This is where, well, the teacher was surprised. This is Issei, and this is where half the students are surprised, and even half the girls. This is where, well, the teacher says, "I see. Well, can you tell me, young man, why haven't you been here for 6 months?" This is where, he says, "Motherfucker, didn't I just tell you?" This is where, well, Issei just seems tired as fuck. This is where, well, Issei says, two reasons. I didn't want to be here, and second reason, the cops were on my ass. So, fucking figure that shit out. This is where the teacher says, I don't like your tone. Go to the principal office. Fuck. This is where Issei kind of just like walks out, kind of goes through the door, of course slams the door behind him. He did crack the hinges off. This is where Issei's so fucking pissed. Fuck this life, and fuck this school. I don't give a fuck. You know what, the cops can be in my ass all the time. I'd rather blow them the hell away. This is where, well, he's thinking of really just using dragon breath to annihilate them again. But his parents will be annoyed. This is where, well, he gets to the principal office and he sees, well, this kind of like mostly classes and what's his name? This is where, well, when Issei was getting kind of close to the principal office, he was cussing up a storm. Now, this is where Issei, before kind of getting in there, he decides to just like put on some goddamn AirPods and be singing, well, mostly hearing music before fucking sitting down and not giving two fucks less. This is where, well, he puts on some music and the song is basically, Issei is right now hearing the song from the, what's it called? Band called 3 Days in Grace, and the song is basically called I Hate Everything About You. So yeah, that's what he's singing, well, hearing it in his head. Yeah, you get the point. So of course, this is where, well, he's hearing that shit, and this is where he's like saying, fuck this whole bullshit. Goddamn, I should fucking move out of the school. This is completely annoying. So yeah, this is where Issei is right now the age of 17. Well, it'll be first year, right? So he will either be 17. I don't remember. I think he will be 17. I don't actually know if he's 17 or not in the original canon. But I'm gonna say he's 17 because fuck it. This is where, well, Issei is just really annoyed and pissed. Just like, fuck this whole life. God damn. This is where his song changes from, instead of, what's it called, 3 days, 3 days, or 3, damn it, 3 days in grace and all that. It changes from Set It Off, and then the song is just called Kill the Light. Kill the light. You just hear a lot of rock songs and other things, because he just doesn't give a fuck most of the time. This is where, well, he managed to find the principal office after kind of getting lost on accident. This is where, well, Issei says, this school's so big. Fucking make a sign and say where the fuck the principal's office. He finds it that there's a sign there. It was pretty damn small, the words. This is where he says, motherfucker. Did I just walk past this shit? Fuck this. He opens the door, and of course, this is where he sees, well, mostly the assistant there, and this is where the assistant says, huh? Hello there? What do you want? This is where, well, Issei says, my teacher basically threw me up here in the freaking office. This is where she says, okay, what is your name? The name is Issei, whatever his last name is, okay? I'm not gonna try to figure out how the hell to say that again. This is where, well, she says, huh, Issei, you haven't been here in school for 6 months. Why was that? I didn't want to come. Why did you come now? The cops are on my ass. The hell? This is what she says, language. Fine. The cops were basically on me and telling me that I should basically get back to school to learn or something. When can I drop out? He said. That's where she says, when you're 18, you're 17 right now. And your birthday is going to be, I don't know what to call Issei's birthday is, but it's going to be like another 6 months. But yeah, this is where Issei, this is where she kind of grabs his face right now in anger and annoyance. But yeah, this is where, well, the assistant says, but the principal right now has a couple of people inside, so we are going to have to wait. Oh, This is where he sits down and waits. This is where he's still hearing music, doesn't give a fuck. This is where the next song is called, what's it called? The next song is by, mostly the creators are called Wildfire, and the song is called Villain, and this is where, well, Issei's right now singing, tick, tick, tock, the time bomb clock. Yeah, if you know the songs, you understand. Well, see, these songs are kind of either well, rock to metal, but yeah. But Issei's just hearing it because he just doesn't give a fuck. This is where, well, the assistant is just kind of narrowing her eyes at Issei and telling him to shush. That's where Issei says, fine. So Issei just kind of stares up the fucking ceiling, doesn't give a fuck right now. Yes, this Issei doesn't really care that much. He doesn't care that much about living that much. Well, not living entirely, but mostly just being here. Because he'd rather do something else. That's where, well, Issei then just pulls up the system, mostly the leveling system. That's where, well, it says Issei Hyoudou, whatever the hell you say his last name, okay? Don't remember. Right now it says male, right? Well, it says gender male. This is where it says age 17. This is where it says level 106, or not 106, mostly not 106, 96. This is where, well, it then says classes, Shadow Monarch, Dragon Monarch. This is where, well, it also has the second class. Well, mostly had a third class called Dragon Red Emperor, which he knows about it. He's like, whatever. This is where, well, he then looks through his skills and seeing if he has like some kind of clone ability just to clone himself and say, fuck it, you stay here, fuck this, I'm out. This is where, well, he's looking through it, and this is where, well, there's actually one clone ability. It's luck. This is where Issei says, son of a bitch, I should have killed that motherfucker when I had the chance. This is where Issei is right now pissed in his head. Because when he was in, what's it called, the dungeons, there was one person that was just cloning himself, and this is where Issei kind of ignored his ass because it was just annoying when he was in the dungeons. And of course, this is where Issei realized that that clone ability would have been helpful to him. But right now, there's shadows above him. It's like, son of a bitch. This is where, well, he then says, whatever, I'll get my chance to kill him when I get the fuck out of the school. Then after I get back to what I was doing, I'm gonna go back to that dungeon. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker and take his damn skill. This is where, well, it says skill will be unlocked out of 1 out of 22. This is where he says, I'm gonna have to do 22 tries. Fuck it. I'll try to kill him, then get that motherfucking clone ability. I don't give a shit. This is where, well, Issei's pissed because he does not want to be here at all. This is the most annoying and mostly bothersome place to be here. There's perverts, then there's girls who are really, really down bad, mostly for any guy that looks good and all that. And this is where Issei is just not having it. He doesn't give a shit. He'd rather be in the dungeons fighting for his death against some kind of strong, what's it called, strong user. This is where he'd rather be blasting them with his dragon breath that he can actually use. He'd rather be transforming into a dragon and annihilating his enemies. Or he'd rather be just talking to the other monarchs because he knows a little bit about where the other monarchs will be at. This is where, well, in his head he's saying, damn it, damn it, damn it. This is where, well, he's right now annoyed. That's where his eyes glows into a purplish color and then red. So it looked like this. This is where, well, this is so damn annoying, but this is where he's still hearing what's it called, music. The next song that appears is what's it called. The next song that appears was named, what's it called, Undead, and the creators were named, what's it called, and the creators are called Hollywood Undead. So yeah. Also, these songs are actually true songs that I actually do here. Me, the creator of this kind of channel, mostly second channel. But yeah. So that's what the song said, what's it called, Issei is hearing. So yeah. It's really kind of through rock and metal, but yeah, some of that, but yeah. This is where he's hearing, I'm dead. It's just screaming to his ears. This is where he doesn't give a shit. This is where he's right now trying to concentrate and think. This is where, well, another song appears because he decides to kind of, well, not another song, no. This is where, well, he's hearing that song and this is where he keeps going. This is where, well, the assistant kind of hears it, like she managed to hear it, but this is where she ignores it. This is where, well, it just goes on with just crazy stuff in the song, but yeah. Or not crazy much. But yeah, he's just going through it, and this is where, well, the principal's office finally opens to see two people. One girl with kind of reddish long hair and like bluish eyes. This is where she had the uniform, and of course her, what's called, jugs are almost busting out. And that's where, well, he also then sees a girl with kind of blackish hair and reddish eyes. Which is short black hair, and of course the same is happening. This is where, well, Issei just looks at them once, glances at them once, and then doesn't give a shit. He goes back to hearing music. The next song that appears in what's it called, Issei, well, mostly what's it called, earphones and, well, mostly the earbuds and all that, is the song called. So the next song is called Leave It All Behind. Well, mostly behind well, let me leave it all behind by the creators called follow it says cult and follow, but yeah, that's what it's called, mostly the creators. But yeah, this is where he's hearing music, and this is where he gets up, walks past both of them, and this is where he kind of goes to see inside, and this is where he sees the principal. This is where the principal is a female with longish black hair and like kind of brownish eyes. This is where she says, "Ah, may I help you?" This is where Issei says, "Yeah, I'm here because of my principal throwing me up here." This is where, she says, "Oh, can I know your name then?" Issei. This is where, she then says, "Last name?" This is where, he then says Hyoudou as his last name. This is where, she nodded. This is where she says, "Take a seat, Issei." This is where, she then goes to take a seat, and this is where she says her name. Her name is Sabaki Shinra. And of course, this is where, she sits down, and this is where she looks at, the computer and all that, types in. Of course, the door just shut. This is where Rios did also take a looking glance at the boy that walked past him. Now, of course, the boy was a little bit taller than them, but yeah. Just, not a little bit, mostly a lot, but yeah. This is where, the principal kind of looks back up again at Issei, and Issei's right now looking at the fucking ceiling and hearing music. This is where the next song that pops up is, "Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor." Yeah, you get the point. Mostly the school shooter song, but yeah. This is where, not the point. I made myself fucking laugh, but not the point. Now, of course, this is where, she then says, "So, Issei, why haven't you been here for 6 months?" Issei says, I guess I just didn't feel like it. This is where she says, 6 months is a lot of time. So what have you been doing? Have you been doing teenager stuff? This is where, she kind of goes into perverted stuff, mostly what teenager would be doing. And this is where, is it mostly Issei? Or, how the fuck did I forget his name? Issei looks at her, kind of glances at her with his eyes, but they're still sunshade. This is where he turns his head and says, "No, I've been sleeping and giving 2 fucks less. And also been playing video games, so I guess, nah." That's where she says, "Oh, so you're one of those people that don't really care about girl body parts." That's where Issei says, "Probably, don't give a shit, sure. So, when can I, drop out?" This is where Issei kind of just, does a hand motion to, kind of put his finger down, mostly his index finger, that was the left hand, puts it down and says, "When can I drop out?" This is where, she then kind of glances at him and says, "Drop out. Are you 18? Issei says yes. He lies because he said, "Fuck this shit." This is where, she then glances at the, mostly age and other things that has the information of Issei on the computer. And so she says, "Huh, are you sure you're 18 or you're just adding another year so you can get out?" Issei says, "Don't know, I am 18. This is where she says, "Cut the crap, Issei. You're 17. And the fact for your reasons of not being in school are kind of pretty pathetic. You could have said that your grandparents or parents died." This is where Issei says, "Wait, that was an option? Shit, let me get on with that." This is where she looks at him, thinking that he is joking, but this is where Issei is kind of joking. He's mostly kind of caring less, but yeah. This is where, she says, I feel like you're joking, but still, Issei, I forgot his last name. Oh shit, then I dropped something. Fuck. This is where, she says, "Issei, you cannot leave. So you're gonna have to stay in school for another year for your actions of not being here for 6 months. You're gonna have to be here when summer break happens." Issei wanted to just look at the table and just smash his head into it. This is where he didn't want to, and this is where he wanted his eyes saying, "Son of a bitch." This is where, he didn't realize summer breaks it's only 2 months. Fuck it, I can just last 2 months, right? This is where, in his head saying, "No, I can't last 2 fucking months. This is bullshit. I'd rather be grinding. Do you not see me? I'm trying to become as stronger than the previous Shadow and Dragon Monarch. Well, not stronger, but mostly try to get to their level. I've barely been halfway there." That's where Issei kind of just grins a little bit with his teeth, even though it's a forced fucking smile, and this is where she can see it. This is where, Issei says, "Sure, I can do that, yeah. Son of a bitch." This is where, well, in his head, he just sings, oh, bitch. This is where another song pops into his head, trying to just calm his ass down now. Mostly the song is called The Phoenix by the Fallen Boys, but yeah. This is where, well, he says, sure, I understand. May I go back to class? This is where, well, she nodded and says, you can go. This is where, well, and he gets up. And this is where, well, he's still hearing music. And this is where she then says, before you leave, can you take off your hood and also sunglasses? This is where Issei say, no, can't do. And this is where, well, she says, why not? Why? Do you have some kind of bad hair day that you don't like showing off your hair? Yeah, sure, you can say that. My hair, well, my hood isn't gonna come off my head any damn time soon. What about your glasses? Neither. This is where, well, she then gives him an option saying, what if I let you keep one of those on? Which one will you keep? This is where, well, he says, I guess my glasses. This is where, well, she says, then take off your hood. And there's no allowing to have a hood on. And also, where's your uniform? Issei is right now wearing purely black pants, black boots, black like shirt, and well, mostly a black shirt underneath his black hood. This is where Issei says, it was cold. What the fuck you want me to do? Really cold. This is where she says, fine. Just get back to class. This is where Issei takes off the hood, and this is where his hair is long and kind of just like dark black, and mostly kind of long. A little bit, mostly kind of short, and similar to Sung Jin-woon a little bit, but yeah. That's where, well, Issei says, there, does that make you feel better? That's where, well, she kind of blushes a little bit because the black hair actually makes Issei look kind of good. And this is where, well, his glasses also makes it kind of mysterious in what kind of eye color he has. But this is where, well, from the pictures that she noticed, Issei, that was kind of 6 months previous, he should be having green eyes. And that's where Issei keeps his glasses on just because he doesn't want to show the actual true eye color. This is where, well, he then says, well, I'll be leaving. And this is where, well, she says, fine. You can go back to class. But remember, Issei, tomorrow you're going to have to wear the uniform. That's where Issei says, I don't know where it is at, so I don't care. This is where, well, she sighs. And is going to just have to get reminded later to kind of give a new uniform to Issei because he looks taller than his previous counterpart from 6 months ago. But yeah, that's where, well, Issei says, damn this bullshit. Now what Issei is wearing, let me show you what he's kind of wearing. He's basically wearing this kind of like clothing. That's what he's kind of wearing. So yeah, so it's pure drip, okay? Even it says right here, the pure drip in the shot though. That's what Issei is wearing. That's where Issei just walking now. It's already looking kind of pissed and annoyed. That's where, well, he kind of gets out of the assistant. The assistant says, finally, you took off the hood. What about the glasses? Issei says, I'm not taking them off. That's where, well, Issei kind of like gets, well, mostly walking out of the door. And that's where Issei, he's already pissed and annoyed and annoyed and annoyed. But yeah. Well, his hair is kind of like Sung Jin-woon, but a little bit of the same hairstyle. But yeah, just his hair is a little bit much more curlier. But yeah, like what's it called, Sung Jin-woon. This is where, well, he then gets out of what's it called, the school, or not even the school. Mostly gets to his classroom and sits down. This is where everyone's kind of noticing Issei back. This is where the teacher says, "So how did it went and where's your uniform?" Issei says, "Well, she's gonna go get me a new uniform because my old one decided to burn and rip." So yeah, this is where, well, she says, "Is that your excuse for not being here?" "Sure," he says, with this kind of forced smile because God, he hates this place. This is where, well, she then says, "Huh, interesting. Well, go take a seat then, Issei." Issei says, "Fine." This is where his hair is pretty kind of curly, and most girls kind of are trying to believe this is not Issei, but at the same time believe, but yeah, kind of. And everyone has a mixed confusion with Issei, but yeah. We go into mostly lunchtime. Issei is right now sitting down and eating. This is where two of Issei's old friends that was 6 months ago kind of meet up with Issei, kind of sitting next to him and putting their arms around Issei and saying, "Hey, old buddy, it's been a while. I like your new hair. What happened to it? Why is it black? And why do you look emo as fuck though?" That's where Issei gets annoyed with that comment. That's where, well, he's still hearing music. Like I should also mention, his earbuds are like black, so of course he can barely see it. You would just expect that's just his hair kind of covering up his hair, but really that's just his earbud kind of just listening, doing some music. He's right now hearing the song. What's it called? The song he's hearing is called Murder Melody, and made by, well, the same kind of well, not same, mostly made by Cult to Follow, but yeah, or In Follow, or is it? Wait, yeah, Cult to Follow. And that's where, well, he's hearing that, he's like, oh yeah. Well, he just goes on with just hearing murder, but yeah, of course, where, well, they're trying to ask Issei a lot of questions about did he actually became this good looking. Of course, his black clothing is right now hiding his muscles. You can barely see them, but yeah, you just expect him to be still skinny, but yeah, and barely any workout. That's where they're just trying to ask Issei so many questions. Issei just ignoring their asses. He doesn't give a fuck. This is where he gets up and just ignores them. This is where he puts his like food tray like into what's it called? Well, mostly a plate or whatever the hell it is, and just kind of walks away. This is where they kind of follow and say, Issei, where you going? That's where Issei is like trying to ignore them. He is not trying to snap on them and instantly kill them. This is where he's also holding something right now in his pocket, mostly like a fist clench. Because if he doesn't do this, something happens like, well, he thinks in his head what something will happen. Mostly a shadow will cut both of their heads off because of the rage that Issei is feeling. This is where, well, he's trying to stop them. He really just wants to murder them, but he can't. Because it's going to make him look like he's a monster. This is where, oh, he's a son of a bitch. Hey, you two. This is where they say, yeah? This is where the glasses guy with black hair and the other guy that's bald, kind of says, yeah? This is where Issei says, how about you guys go to your favorite spot? You know, our favorite spot and all that. Issei's kind of smiling at them with this kind of barely even a smile. He's just trying to get them the fuck away from him. This is where both of them says, yeah! This is where they kind of grab Issei from the kind of hand and all that. And mostly not even hand, mostly from the wrist, and try to pull him along. This is where he says, oh, bitch, I was gonna wait for them to just turn away so I can actually disappear. Son of a... This is where, well, they go to their favorite, mostly perverted spot. Mostly Issei isn't looking. This is where, well, they're both looking into the hole and saying, wow, those are... Yeah, this is where Issei looks at them and just says, should I not? Man, I don't give a fuck. This is where, well, Issei then says, hey guys, wanna play something fun? You know, if one of us loses, or if any of us loses, we're gonna have to be tied up. This is where they say, okay, what is it? Rock, paper, scissors. This is where they kind of go, rock, paper, scissors. And this is where, well, both of them lost because they got scissors. And this is where mostly Issei got rock. And this is where he says, hell, both of you are gonna have to be tied up. This is where they say, wait, what about us? No, we're gonna have to do that. And this is where, well, they say, fine, they got blindfold also. And this is where Issei ties them up pretty fast and all that, and just like throws him over the wall. Just didn't give a fuck. Well, doesn't like throw them over the wall. He instead punches the wall, mostly the wall that had the hole and all that. He punches the wall very hard for the other side, for the girls to actually be notified. This is where Issei walks into the shadows and like walks away. This is where the two guys says, Issei, are you still there? This is where, well, when they hear this is where, well, they can't really move until they get their blindfolds lifted off of their face and notice all the kind of like, what's it called? Those like, I think the girls were mostly like samurais or something, or training in katana or whatever, mostly the bamboo or whatever. And of course, where, well, they both say, Issei, where are you? This is where, well, they just start getting their asses beat by the girls. This is where Issei is walking away. This is where Issei is walking like down some stairs until he noticed something. Someone looking at him. He then turned to the corner and noticed, well, a girl with reddish hair, bluish eyes, mostly looking at him. Issei looks at her, and that's where Issei, he wants to just flip her off to tell her to fuck off. And what the fuck is he looking at? That's where Issei is right now trying his hardest not to flip her off. This is the hardest, basically, point of his fucking life. This is where, well, Issei then just walks away. This is where, well, Issei kind of just walks away and didn't care. Now I should mention one thing. He said the reason why he doesn't really care about being perverted is just because he cares about being stronger than just perverted. He'd rather be in the dungeons training and all that. You know how Song, like in the original canon for Solo Leveling, Song doesn't really care about females or anything like that. I mean, he does somewhat. Mostly the females in his life, he cares about them being safe, not sexually kind of cares about them that much. I say that much, but yeah. That's it, well, yeah, so Song is not perverted, but yeah. That's it, well, Issei doesn't, he does have the same personality as Song, and also has that cool ass personality as a Dragon Monarch, which makes him look like this. That's what, well, Issei, he walks away. Of course, school ended after seeing his two friends right now in the hospital bed, kind of just being taken by the nurse or whatever. And that's where, where was Issei? That's where Issei just kind of giggles a little bit because it's funny seeing those two idiots fall for his trap. But yeah, this is where, well, he then walks towards back to the class or the last classroom, falls asleep, didn't give a shit, and decides to wake up. This is where, well, Issei was getting out of school and kind of walking back to his house. This is where a girl mostly a girl approaches him, a girl with longish black hair and reddish eyes. This is where she had a uniform from a different school and all that, and she says, "Hello there." This is where, well, Song ignored her. Right now, still hearing music. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. This is where, that's the song you still hear. Well, mostly hearing it again, but yeah. This is where, well, she then said, excuse me? Excuse me? This is where she had to touch, what's it called, Song. Well, mostly, not Song, Issei's shoulder. That's where Issei turns around. Right now, just kind of annoyed right now. Kind of just, his eye is just twitching just because he is thinking the perverted fuckers are back to annoy him, or even some of the girls. This is where, oh, he's a son of a bitch. This is where he looks behind, and this is where, well, she knows the girl, and this is where the girl is surprised to see Song, well, not Song, Issei kind of pissed a little bit. This is where, well, she can feel mostly the pissed off glance or glare that, well, Issei is giving. Issei says, "What do you want?" This is where Issei's tone of voice wasn't friendly that much, or at all. This is where it had this tint of murder if you keep pissing him off. That's where she says, well, I heard that you're Issei, whatever goes on with the same bullshit in the original canon. This is where she then says, "Can you please be my boyfriend?" This is where Issei looks at her, surprised a little bit, but then says no. This is where she's surprised and says, "But please, This is where he says, "Okay, fine, shut up, go away. I accept." This is where Issei, he isn't gonna show up at the date. He doesn't give a fuck. That's where, she said, "Oh, thank you." This is where she runs off and just like, yeah. Of course, she was feeling a little bit nervous with the no because, damn, she was surprised at the first time. She like got a stab to the, what's it called, like this visible sword stab through her heart. Like, damn, she got rejected. And then the second she tries to beg him, the second one was just a little bit just annoyed and sarcastic to just, yes, he accepts. But really, it was mostly just this, just for she can just fuck off. This is where she then felt a little bit hurt. Even though it's her mission to kind of kill Issei, it just hurts because, well, yeah, she doesn't know that he is the Shadow Dragon Monarch. She just still know that he's a, well, kind of sacred gear user, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is annoyed, saying, "Son of a bitch." This is where he actually walks forward instead of jumping, well, down the stairs and all that. He walks past a girl with kind of whitish hair, and of course looks to be small, like a small kid and all that. Mostly she's a Lonnie, I think so. This is where, well, she kind of is right now licking a popsicle and all that. And this is where, well, the girl kind of glances at Issei, and Issei glances her with this glare of murder if she keeps, well, people pissing him off. This is where she kind of feels afraid of Issei. This is where, for some reason, there was this kind of demonic, but not demonic pressure. It was unholy and holy at the same time. Not that stable of any of the kind of three factions. It was just this glance and glare of like, say something and I'll kill you in an instant. This is where, well, she didn't really say anything because she was only there to spy on Issei. This is where, well, she then gets back to, well, Grimory, mostly Ria's Grimory. And this is where she does tell Rias about the whole thing is happening. This is where she kind of leaves out the part of Issei not being the friendliest person, because yes, he's not that friendly. Issei, he wakes up the next day because the next day was, well, mostly a Tuesday, but there was no school on that Tuesday because for a random event. But yeah, that's where Issei was mostly kind of getting up after waking up at like 9 and saying, ugh, damn it, why the hell did I leave my alarm clock on? That's where alarm clock is saying, just ringing all that. That's where, well, Issei, he makes a like small dagger appears in his hand and just throws it at the, what's it called, clock. Right now, piercing the dagger through the clock, smashing it into the wall. That's where Issei says, damn, it's so annoying. This is where, well, Issei says, what am I supposed to do and need? Oh yeah, that one girl's kind of date or whatever. Fuck, if she pissed me off so much, I'll probably just kill her. He gets up. This is where he starts wearing fully black clothes again. This is where he's still wearing that black hood, but this time it has different textures and all that. Mostly a pattern of like gray lines a little bit, but yeah. This is where he gets downstairs, and this is where his mom and dad say, Issei, you know, there's no school today, so where are you going? That's where Issei says, we're going out. Some girl asked me out. It's the first day of going back to school. Fuck. This is where, well, they say, our little Issei is finally going on a date. Oh my god. This is where they kind of like excited and all that. This is where Issei says, shut. You know what? Never mind. Fuck this. This is where he opens the door, like the front door, kicks it open, and just, well, not kicks it open, opens it wide, and then shuts it behind him really loud so they will shut up. That's where Issei saying, god, they're annoying. This is where, well, he did get the dagger out of what's it called, his wall, but of course it's now needing to buy another clock because he fucked that one up again. He hates clocks most of the time, hates waking up way too early. That's where Issei, he gets towards mostly the clock shop, buys another clock, and tells mostly he drops a clock underneath him. That's where something grabs it and disappears into the shadows. That's where appearing back into Issei's room and just leaving it there. And before walking back or going back to Issei, it turns to the TV, clicks, starts watching TV. He's watching Chuck Norris out here beating the shit out of people. Yeah, knocking someone's teeth out. This is where the creature's just sitting down, looking at this, click, click, looking at the TV. But yeah. That's where Issei feels, oh shit, I feel like one of them right now is just watching TV. Whatever. That's where Issei is walking until a kind of female walks up to him and gives him this kind of paper saying, your wishes can be successed by all this blah blah blah. That's where Issei, he gets it, and he does get the system, well, before looking at it, before he uses the system, mostly a girl taps him in the mostly shoulder and says, hi. This is where, well, she says it in a very cute kind of girl voice and all that. And this is where, well, Issei turns around and looks at her kind of more annoyed, but still wearing shades. Like, he doesn't give a shit. This is where, well, Issei is hearing music and doesn't really give a shit about her that much. This is where, well, they're kind of going to multiple things to kind of act like normal couples, but Issei is mostly not giving a shit twice. This is where she's actually trying to get the trust of Issei, but it seems like Issei's guard is like all the way up. This is where, well, she's trying her hardest, and this is where her name, I think, was Renee's or something. I don't forgot. This is like something like that. This is where, well, she is trying her hardest to get Issei. For some reason, she's trying really fucking hard, but Issei is just like, nah, it doesn't give a fuck. That's right, Issei. He then kind of looks at her once. That's where she seems very down. That's where Issei, he goes up to a vending machine, and instead of like playing for it, this is where Issei, he sees no one is looking. That's where she looks at him confusely. That's where Issei punches through it and just grabs one of the dolls and just gives it to her. That's where she winds her eyes, just like, what the fuck? Aren't you supposed to play for it? Issei says, whatever, have it. This is where it was just this like plushy panda and all that. This is where she winded her eyes. This is where she noticed Issei's arm is bleeding from the shatter of the glass. This is where she expected anything like that, yes. But this is where Issei doesn't seem to even faze the fact that he punches a fucking glass just to take some fucking plushies. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He only did this just so she doesn't look too down and blah 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 and then complain, and then girls would just come up to him thinking it like what's it called? That one manga he read before. He read what's it called? A manga called Naruto, and this is where he kind of watched the anime also, and he saw one dude named Sasuke, and he was emo as fuck, mostly always thinking of revenge and how to kill his brother and all that. The girls are always after him and all that. He was just remembering all that. This is where he's trying to be kind of friendly and kind of emo at the same time, so the girls can fuck off. Or he would just have to go back to perverted ways, which he's not trying to. If he has to force that, then he's going to shoot himself. But yeah, he doesn't really give a shit that much. This is where, the girl thinks that she managed to get him to trust her. So, of course, this is where they get to the part, and this is where she then goes on with the whole, so, Issei, so do you like our date? This is where she goes on with that. This is where Issei kind of glances at her, and this is where he says, sure, shut up already. This is where he kind of says, oh, okay. This is where she then says, would you die for me? Issei looks at her again, glances again, and says, sure, if it makes you shut up anytime. This is where she kind of feels like she just jabbed into her heart. This is where, she says, I don't think you heard me the first time. She gets close to him and says, would you die for me? This is where, right up at her, up in what's it called, Issei's ear. Issei looks at her. Says, yeah, will you shut up already? This is where, she says, you're just saying this because you don't really want to die for me. You're being really mean. She's actually starting to cry a little bit, but this is where, she's trying to see if, Issei managed to get his guard down. This is where Issei decides to falsely look like he's worried about her. This is where, she then says, ha, guess what? You are far with that. I know human hearts can't believe that. This is where she transforms into her fallen angel state. And this is where Issei says, oh no, great. This is where she says, why aren't you scared? Look at me. This is where, Issei kind of glances somewhere else. This is where he's not giving two fucks less. This is where she says, fine, I just have to kill you. I don't care if you die or not. This is where in her head she says, I do care. What the fuck do I care? Her face is all red, and this is where, she is right now just blushing because she is kind of caring, but yeah. This is where, she throws the light spear at, Issei. Issei looks at this and just says, come out, Icarus. Icarus comes out and just blocks the, light spear with his giant sword. This is where Icarus is right now protecting, Issei. This is where Icarus is, my lord. Do you want me to kill her? Not kill her. Probably hurt her really bad. So she can learn her lesson to fuck off. This is where she looks at this darkness creature and she says, what the hell are you? What the? She's confused because the only thing that she remembers hearing about is that this person has a powerful ability to be able to kind of use the ability to boost himself up. There's no such thing as being able to summon something from his shadows and block things and like a soldier and all that. There's nothing description of that. This is where, Issei says, wait, Icarus, don't do that. Let me do something real fast. This is where, Icarus nodded, which goes back into the shadow of Issei. That's right. She says, you wouldn't kill me, right? Issei appears right in front of her right now with a dagger, saying, look here, bitch, I don't give a shit. This whole date was so bullshit that I don't give a crap. If you want me, I could kill you and cut your neck off in an instant. Do you want me to do that? Or do you want me to give you mercy? And you would never talk about this ever again. Meaning that you leave me the fuck alone or I'll cut your neck off in an instant if I ever see you again. This is where she feels afraid. Afraid, very afraid. Like death is right now upon her. She gulps and says, yes. This is where, she then flies away. Issei, he kind of keeps something kind of following her. Issei says, if she ever becomes a threat, kill her in an instant. Understand that? Elite soldier. This is where the elite soldier was only a kind of shadow soldier. And this is where the shadow soldier nodded and dissipates into darkness. This is such a pain. This is where he feels like his pockets right now glowing red. This is where he pulls it out. This is where he uses a system now to actually see what this is. It's a portal. And this is where it right now activates and makes someone appear. Is where she says, aha, now Issei, I know since you're on the verge of death, would you like to become a devil? That's where she's had her eyes closed when she was saying all this, and that's where when she looks kind of down, she knows no blood, no person. She looks up and sees Issei. Issei looking at her with, the fuck? Just like confused. System says, Ria's Grimoire. Grimory. This is where, this is where, Issei says Grimory. I don't give a shit. Grimmers, whatever the fuck. Don't care. This is where, it says female, age 17, race, devil. Issei says, the fuck, devil? This is where she looks confused because Issei does it out loud. That's why Issei doesn't really care if he said it out loud. That's why he keeps reading it on. Devil heiress from the Grimmers family. This is where, he keeps reading that out loud. This is where, Ria says, how do you know so much about me? You're only human. You're not supposed to be learning that much about me. This is where, Issei says, how about this? How about you forget about me and I forget about you? We then walk away and you never talk to me because I don't feel like talking to anyone. This is where, she says, wait. This is where, she kind of tries to grab Issei's arm, which kind of made her kind of risk get grabbed instead. This is where Issei says, touch my arm and I'll rip your arm off. This is where, she kind of glances towards Issei. Issei's eyes are right now glowing purplish and red because his glasses were actually fell off his face. That's where Issei says, the fuck you're looking at? This is where she says, beautiful eyes. That's where Issei says, huh? That's where he realizes his glasses fell down. This is where he closes his eyes in an instant, jumps away, saying, son of a bitch. I reacted too fast, making my head move and make my glasses fell off. That's where she said, interesting. I never seen a human with eyes like those. That's where he says, yeah. How can I make you forget? I'm gonna have to kill you instead of making you forget. Because I clearly isn't making it happen when you won't leave me alone. This is where she glances and says, no, don't kill me. Wait, why am I saying don't kill me? That's where she's confused, but she feels like Issei can't kill her. That's where Issei says, That's where, she says, I have a proposition for you. That's where Issei says, talk already. You're actually boring me enough that I feel like going to sleep right now in front of you. That's where, she's like, don't do that, because you won't hear my proposition and blah, 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 blah. She's going on rambling. That's where, Issei says, can you shut up for a second? That's where she said, yes, sir. That's where, she feels very submitted against, Issei's kind of pressure of aura. Because, purplish aura started appearing around him. Death was right now near him. That's where, Issei says, what's your stupid proposition? If it's stupid, I'm leaving. She says, I want you to become my servant. This is where, Issei looks at her and just start bursting out in laughter, saying, that is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my fucking life. What do you mean become your servant? This is where, she then felt insulted, like, damn, like he didn't give a shit about the servant part and all that, and just laugh it off. That's where she said, yeah, like, you serve me and I will protect you, like family and all that. Issei says, I don't need family. I'm always alone. I do everything alone. It doesn't matter what you want exactly. Pretty much. Issei yawns and says, pretty much I just don't care about family. My family right now pisses me off a lot. But yeah. Besides, aren't you that girl that was in what's it called? Kuochu or whatever the school is called, but yeah. That's where she nods. That's where, Issei says, I'm not even going to that school. This is where she looks confused. This is where Issei says, when I get the fucking right chance and I try to manipulate my parents or become 18, I'm dropping out of that school or moving out of it. So, I would never need to see you, red hair, ready. Mostly calling her red hair, red, or anything. Or just red hair or whatever. This is where she won her eyes and say, wait, no, you can't do that. That's where Issei says, and why is that? That's where she said, well, how about this? I'll tell you information about yourself. Issei almost just bursted in laughter. That's where she realized that Issei doesn't, well, mostly, what's it called? Rias realized that Issei doesn't really seem to be taking her serious. That's where she said, look, I'll tell you about something that you have hidden. That's where Issei kind of glances and glares, thinking that she already knows about the shadow or even the dragon monarch. That's where she says, you have a sacred gear within you, and I need you because how else would I be able to protect you from the fallen angels? This is where Issei looks back into his like classes and realizes the sacred gear. This is where, well, he says, oh, that. I thought she was talking about, well, Shadow or Dragon Monarch. This is where Issei looks at her and says, how about this? I don't become your servant or pawn, but instead I'll make an alliance with you. This is where she kind of looks at how Issei is kind of taking in charge about this, and this is where she kind of acts a little submissive towards Issei's kind of request. This is where Issei kind of says, how about this? I instead alliance with you to shut you up, making it believe that I'm kind of serving you, but I'm not really. It's pretty much anytime you need help or anything, I'll help you. If that makes you shut up, okay? That's where, well, she says, but, that's where Issei says, shut up, I'm going home. That's where, well, Issei then plugs back his AirPods into, not AirPods or anything, what's it called, like his earbuds and all that, and start hearing music. This is where he starts singing a little bit louder. This is where, well, she then says, okay. This is where she realizes it's getting kind of dark, so decides to follow Issei without him realizing it. This is where Issei's right now ignoring all his senses, but this is where his shadows are right now kind of seeing Rias kind of follow him. But, well, Issei doesn't, well, allow them to not attack because she has to attack first before they will actually attack. That's where Issei starts singing, what's it called? Mostly the song called Dueling from, what's it called? Set It Off. Now, of course, pretty much the first lyrics, it goes like, pretty much this is how the lyrics is, and this is where he says, I can't quite contain. You can just read, okay, or explain why I am not saying, or all I'm saying is, it's your warning, blah, blah, blah. He just keeps singing mostly half of these lyrics, but yeah. This is where he's singing that, and this is where she can actually realize that, well, what's it called, Issei kind of has a beautiful voice when he's singing. This is where, well, Issei then kind of says, maybe I should switch the song. Yeah, I should. This is where, well, now the song is called So What. Mostly that's what it's just called, So What, and the creators are called Three Days of Grace and all that. So, of course, it goes, so what if I'm crazier than crazy? So what if I'm sicker than sick? So what if I'm out of control? That's what I like about... I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I just remember those 3 lines of licorice. But yeah, now this is where, well, he's singing that. This is where, well, she then said it because his voice kind of just became like a metalish kind of rock song. This is where she says, I like the other one. Damn it. This is where, well, she's actually having feelings towards Issei, even though Issei barely has feelings towards anyone. And especially Rias. He doesn't really care that much, but yeah. This is where, well, he gets back to his house, and of course, before going inside, he then, like, takes off his earbuds and puts it into his pockets. And this is where, well, before leaving, or before going inside, he goes inside and closes the door. That's where Rias says, maybe I should go up to his... Before even going up, a hand right now wraps around her face, or mostly her mouth, to shut her up. And this is where, well, she then was thrown into the alleyway, and this is where, well, not really thrown into the alleyway, mostly pushed into a wall, and this is where, well, she was confused. What's right now standing right in front of her is Issei. Issei says, stop following me. Damn, you act like a creepy stalker, you know that? This is where, well, she says, but how? You're supposed to be inside. How about this? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm right now tired as fuck, and I don't want a creepy stalker right now looking through my window like a creepy fuck. And I'll tell you one thing, or maybe some things about me, wherever you want to talk about. But not in my goddamn house, and no, I'm not gonna talk to you right now when I'm fucking tired. This is where, well, she says, okay. This is where, well, she says, well, can you come to school and then I'll get someone to fetch you, and then, yeah? Sound like a fucking dog. Just say somewhere. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna go be fetched like a dog. This is where he starts walking away, and this is where she's like, yeah, sure. This is where, well, she goes, but yeah, she was shocked to believe Issei even did that. This is where Issei, he disappears. Just disappears from her view, mostly in speed blitz. This is where she was shocked, but yeah. Now, Issei didn't do, what's it called, use speed blitz. No. He opened the door and uses, well, mostly went up to his room very fast and shadow exchange with the shadow that was behind Rias. He did allow a shadow to kind of go. In the split second when he was taking off his earbuds, he let one of the shadows go fast enough behind some fences and appear behind Rias, right now under her shadow. When Song kind of got into his house and shadow exchanged, the other shadow met the other shadow that was in his room right now watching TV. But yeah. Motherfucking hell. But yeah, this is where ES, well not ES, mostly Issei told the shadow, but yeah, this is where he shadow changed, but yeah, this is where, well, he appeared and then grabbed Rias from the mouth so she wouldn't scream. So yeah, and did kind of push her to a wall, but yeah, she was just shocked and terrified. This is where, well, the next day happens. This is where, well, Issei managed to get towards, well, the school. Right now, wearing the school uniform. Halfly. He's wearing black boots right now and not giving two fucks. This is where, well, he's wearing black boots, black pants, and of course, some with the school uniform. Even though he doesn't give a shit. Blah. Yeah. Pretty much, it's kind of there. Not really. He doesn't really care that much. This is where, well, Issei is right now sitting in the classroom and just kind of looking up in the ceiling, not giving two fucks less. This is where, well, he says, one star, 2 star, 3 star. Yeah, basically he's kind of waiting until the school ends because fuck it. He forgot about the whole fetching thing. And this is where someone appears through the door, and this is where multiple girls are right now simping against this man. Even though this man, I think, was gay or something. Did I remember hearing about that? Whatever. But of course, this guy had blondish hair, bluish eyes, I think so, and his name was Kiba. Now, I'm going to expect to kind of hate this person because I don't like the name Kiba from what's called Naruto, because the Kiba from Naruto was arrogant as fuck. But that's just me rambling on. This is where, well, when, what's it called, a bunch of people were saying, oh, well, whatever his last name is, I think it was Yuta or whatever the hell is this, and they were kind of screaming, yeah, that's where multiple guys say, damn, Prince Charming is here, what the hell? This is where Issei is looking up, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, 6 star, 7 star. Doesn't work. Well, the guys are just confused until one guy says, hey, shut up. That's where he glares at them. With still his glasses, but people feel like he's getting, well, mostly that person's getting glared at. And of course, where Issei said, then make me, you bastard. Get up here and don't fight me. I'll kick her ass right now. This is where the guy gets up and says, hey, what are you? This is where Kiba appears saying, sorry, but I can't let you fight him. I need him to come with me. This is where Issei says, oh, fuck. This is where Issei kind of follows, well, what's it called, Yuta. And of course, some of the girls saying, Issei. This is where Issei says, hurry up and fucking move faster. I do not want to deal with them. This is where Yuta nodded and just started sprinting. This is where, well, almost he kind of jogging. This is where Issei decides to just disappear from the girl's view, but yeah. This is where, well, the girls are just so confused, but yeah. This is where, well, mostly a lot of girls are starting to like Issei just because of his cool, kind of emo duckling somewhat style, but yeah. That's where, well, Issei says better. I hate people annoying me. This is where, well, Kiba says, don't be too rude about them. They're just girls that doesn't know much about life. So, you're Issei. That's where Issei says, yeah, and if I can remember right, your name was Kiba. This is where, well, Kiba says, thank you for remembering my name, even though it's been 6 months. And the last time we did talk was only an accident. Before you left, 6 months ago. Yeah. What do you want? Well, you see, our kind of, what's it called, press did tell us to, well, tell me to kind of get you. Let me think about this. The only person that I'm guessing who asked to get me was Rias Grammary. That's where, well, Kiba says, you're correct. So let's go. They get to somewhere, a house or whatever the hell it looks like, a building. And it's called the OFC, the Research Club, or I don't remember. Whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called. This is where, well, when they get there, they kind of see the, what's it called, other people. Now, when Issei gets there, he sits down. He busts through the door, sits down, and doesn't give a fuck. Right now, hearing music. Now, the next song he's hearing is, what's it called? A song that's called Ratchet, well, yeah, Ratchet and the Vine, made by Black Bill Bridge or something like that, or Bill Bridge, or whatever it's called. Of course, well, he's just hearing it. Dun, 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 dun. And right now, he just doesn't give a shit. This is where a girl with whitish hair is kind of seeing him, kind of just follow his head up and down, kind of looking up. But yeah, this is where, well, a girl with kind of blackish, longish hair, and of course, I think her eyes were purple, decides to walk kind of near Issei and says, T. This is where Issei says, thank you. This is where, well, it's actually the first kindness word that he ever said. Kiba, what's it called, the whitish hair girl kind of just almost spit out what they were doing. Mostly kind of just looking at somewhere else. This is where the girl says, thank you. So, what's your name? Cute. This is where, well, Issei says, never mind, I should have not thanked you. This is where, well, they then realize Issei isn't, he only thanks people when it's necessary. When it kind of gets weird or something, he just refuses to thank them or anything. Or whatever. He refuses to be nice. This is where, well, he just drinks the tea and says, this is actually pretty good. I would have thanked you more, but God, you went creepy. This is where, well, she felt like her heart just hurted, but yeah, but felt kind of in love with Issei, even though Issei seems to care less about her. This is where, well, someone gets out of the showers, and this is where she says, I forgot her name. I think it was Akana. Kind of goes up to Rias and says, here's your clothes. This is where, well, Miss Press. This is where, well, Rias says, thank you. This is where she changes, and of course gets outside and says, ah, Issei, you're here. That's where Issei says, yeah. Yeah, I'm here. What do you want? This is where, well, Rias says, why can't you ever be nice? I mean, why can't you ever, like, not, I don't know, be weird? I don't know how I can say it. This is where, well, she says, whatever. So the alliance that we were going to have with each other. That's where, well, mostly all of the servants that Rias has were kind of shocked because they thought that Issei was another servant. That's where, well, Akana says, isn't it supposed to be another servant? This is where, well, Rias says, not really. He asked to be instead of an alliance. So, Issei, what alliance would this help you out? How would you help me out instead of being my servant? First of all, I don't really need to, help you in any way. But if you need my help, I can actually make an army to destroy, well, any person. Or just bring out one of my elite knights, or right-hand man, or left-hand man, or even behind me. That's where, well, she says, what are you talking about? Issei looks at her once. That's where, well, his eyes started glowing purplish, only purplish, and you can't see it behind his shades. But this is where, well, he says, arise, Icarus. This is where, well, a shadow arises behind, well, not behind, what's it called? Issei. When Issei kind of stood up, this is where right next to him, I think it was right. Was it right or left for, what's it called? Icarus still up here. This is where, well, I don't remember. I think it was just right. This is where, well, he says, arise, Icarus. This is where, mostly the right side of him, Icarus appears taller than him. But of course, this is where, well, Icarus bows down towards, well, Issei, and says, yes, my lord. Did you call for me? Do you want me to kill those people that are right now in front of you? Issei says, no, Icarus. I only wanted you to come out to be shown a little bit about my power. That's where Icarus nodded and says, I see, my lord. But wouldn't it be better to summon out others? This is where, well, Issei says, you're right. Arise. Elite commands, commoners, and other things. This is where shadows appear behind Issei, like an army appearing. This is where, well, it says, my lord, we're here. Well, mostly one of the elite commanders said. Because elite commanders can talk, except for the others who are kind of foot soldiers. This is where, well, Ria's winding her eyes. This is not something that Issei can do. No, that's not the description that he can do. He can basically double his power. This is not doubling his power. Unless he was doubling something else, but this is not his power. This is where Issei says, you may all come back. Now dispel. This is where all of them dispels into shadows, except for Icarus, because he told Icarus to stay there. This is where, well, Icarus nodded. Of course, having the giant sword next to him, and of course he kind of is still just standing next to, well, Issei, while Issei is sitting down and drinking the tea. This is where, well, Issei says, so, you want this alliance, or you want to just keep annoying me? It's bullshit. That's where she says, no, it's fine. Yeah, this alliance should be fine. That's where Issei says, okay. So, what do you want exactly? That's where, well, she says, what do you mean? I know you want something else. What is it? That's where, well, she says, well, I have something in my mind. Can I see your eyes again? Issei shuts it down and says no. That's where she sat in a little bit like, yeah. That's where, well, Issei says, I'm only an alliance. Don't question what I want and what I don't want, because I won't care that much. You can just help me. You can just ask me for help, and if I ask you for help, you ask me too. She then kind of tries to be lewd and all that, and say, oh, what would you want? This is where, well, Issei says, nothing much. Pretty much, I want somewhere I can live without my parents bothering me too much, like somewhere I can sleep. That's where she says, is that really all? Pretty much. I want somewhere just to kind of not be bothered much. That's where, well, she says, you're very simple. And you're very confusing. Well, complex, mostly. That's where she said, I guess so. But that reminds me, if you don't have, what's it called, the ability I was thinking, but this other ability, then, I guess it was a good idea not to make you my servant. Issei says, I guess so. You know what? Sure, you want. This is where Issei kind of puts this kind of right hand arm up and says, Booster Gear, come out. This is where Booster Gear appears. And of course, it becomes a Dragon Claw, like armor. That's where he says, you're looking for this, isn't it? This is what she wanted her eyes and say, how do you... Oh, I met him a while ago. When I was training 6 months ago. And yes, those 6 months, the reason why I wasn't here was because of training. Because I wanted to become powerful as fuck. That no one should bother me again. That's where Ryo says, oh, interesting. That's where Drake says, hello there, Issei. Have you came here to finally achieve your goal and dream? Wasn't it your dream 6 months ago to make a harem kingdom? Fuck that, Issei says. I threw that out the window and said I would just want to become the strongest and one of the strongest monarchs. This is where, well, Drake says, I understand. With you having to do that, it means that you're gonna have to take another couple of months off to kind of train in the dungeons. Issei says, yes, but I can't take off any more days, which is pissing me off. God, this is annoying, Issei said. This is where, well, Ryo says, dungeons, what is happening? That's where Issei says, whatever, Drake, I'll call you whenever I need help. That's where Drake says, and that would be kind of never, would it? Maybe. I don't know. But I would just have to go. This is where Drake says, whatever. This is where, well, Drake disappears, and this is where, well, the arm just became normal. This is where, we'll see, his arm is shown, what was it called? I should mention that he was wearing black kind of like gloves a little bit. Well, not gloves, mostly, what's it called? Fingerless gloves, but yeah. And of course, to where, well, his hand is kind of palish white. Now, of course, he did kind of pull his sleeve back, so his sleeve wasn't covered up. Well, kind of destroyed by the, well, dragon, kind of, Red Dragon Emperor gauntlet or whatever. He kind of puts his sleeve back, and this is where, like, most of the girls are noticing this. This is where Issei says, pervs. This is where they say, no. It's just, I can't believe, well, mostly Ryo says, I can't believe you are the Red Dragon Emperor. And you're powerful. This is where, well, Issei says, what do you want? This is where, well, Ryo says, oh, nothing. So do you know about, like, the fallen angels and devils? Issei says, sure, let me go read on a book or something. This is where, well, Ryo says, how about I explain it to you? She goes on and explains about the devils, the angels, and the, what's it called, fallen angels. She then asks Issei what exactly he is, because he's not human much. His magic is a little bit different. than a human should be, or a dragon. Issei said, in just simple words, I am deaf. This is where, well, she was caught off and says, what do you mean? I am deaf. That's how my abilities work. I basically manipulate the dead, making them into my soldiers. So if I kill someone, like you, or perhaps him, or perhaps her, or her, I can transform them into my soldiers. However powerful their previous magic when they were living, they will be ranked into the previous, well, mostly not previous, ranking into a system that I created. There are foot soldiers, there's elites, there's commanders, then there's the right and kind of hand, well, mostly right hand, left hand, and behind me, mostly kind of like very powerful commanders, 3 commanders that I have. But yeah, this is where, well, she says, what rank would I be? This is where Issei says, I don't know, you want to try it out? This is where Issei kind of has his glasses still kind of like on it, but this is where he puts it up and says, do you want to fucking try? This is where his eyes are kind of glowing purplish and menacing me. This is where Issei says, no. This is where she's scared, thinking that, well, Issei was coming to kill her, but Issei appears next to her and just basically poked her in the head, and this is where it didn't really kill her or anything. She then was confused. It was turned blue, it was turned purple, and a circle appears around her, mostly just to analyze her to see what she will be ranked. That's where Issei says, you will be ranked as barely even an elite, close to even an elite. Just tiny bit, but you will still be a foot soldier. That's where Rio's like, seriously, I'm that weak against your army? Well, you can call it an army. You can also call it a kingdom. I would have been called a fallen king if you would like to kind of analyze my army. She says, how many do you have? She kind of says in a serious, frightened tone. That's where Issei kind of glances back with this evilish smile, very grinful. That's where, well, he says, oh no, it could be thousands. Well, it could be hundreds, it could be thousands, it could be 10,000s, 100,000s, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1,000,000,000,000, 1,000,000,000,000. Who knows? I could be having so many that you would never understand how many I have. That's where Issei grins and then put his face very close to hers and just grins. Now, of course, her face is pinkish, reddish, a little bit, kind of near like her head, mostly hair and all that. And this is where, well, because he's close and all that, but of course, she's also frightened and scared and has blue mostly in her face because she's frightened. This is where, well, they are kind of just shocked. This is where, well, Anaka, mostly the, is it Anaka or, I don't remember. She was trying to push Issei to kind of get close to the president because she then thinks that that's what actually love and all that. This is where Issei dodges. He just uses Shadow Exchange. That's where, well, he exchanges mostly Icarus, and Icarus just disappears into darkness, appears right next to, well, Issei. Issei says, don't want to do that. Don't want to give my first kiss to a red-haired girl. Nah. This is where, well, Ria's shocked, but yeah. This is where I'm not gonna say, damn it, I was almost close. Ria shot a glare at her. This is where, well, I'm not gonna say, sorry. This is where, well, Kiva and, well, the white-haired girl is just kind of shocked. This is where, well, Issei said, whatever. I should be going then. I'm going back to the classroom. If this is all what you want, then I'm just leaving. I'm tired. Oh, no. If I tell you where the, what's it called, fallen angel base should be at, would you leave me alone? This is where, well, Ria says, where is it then? This is where, well, Issei says, you know what, I shouldn't tell you. I should be the one to annihilate them at once for their insolence, for trespassing and trying to attack me. So I'll be leaving, bye-bye. This is where, well, Ria says, no, Issei. This is my problem and my problem alone, not yours. Huh? This is where Issei turns around before closing the door and glances at Rias and says, it's not your problem, is it? Well, it's not fully your problem no longer. When they attack me, they attack the wrath of my power. I am called the Shadow Monarch, and if they dare attack me, they're prepared to die and become my foot soldiers. That's where Issei kind of grins even more. He didn't actually realize that. Foot soldiers more. That's where Rios realized, wait, no, um, you don't want them, do you? That's where Issei says, what are you talking about? Of course I'm gonna want them. However powerful they are, I'll be using them. It doesn't matter. They'll be great foot soldiers. Whatever. If I don't kill them and obliterate their body, then yeah, I might be able to use them. That's where Issei says, but whatever. He shuts the door and walks away. That's where Issei is grinning. That's where, well, Rio says, damn it. But yeah, we go into a time skip of Issei being near the park and just kind of breathing out, but yeah. Now, of course, he doesn't need to do any of those servants bullshit or try to get contracts or whatever. But yeah, he then bumps into a, well, kind of, not bumps in, mostly sees a girl kind of fall down. And of course, is where, well, Issei kind of walks up to her and says, hey, you okay? That's where she gets up and says, yeah, I'm fine. This girl is named Asia. Or is it Asia or Aisha? Whatever. It's something like that, Asia. You know, we just call her Asia. That's where, well, she says, I'm fine, thank you. This is where, well, Issei picks her up. And of course, the where, well, Issei says, you should be more careful and not tripping down. That's where she says, yeah, can I get help? That's where, well, Issei kind of glances at her, and says, what do you need help with? Finding the church. That's where, well, they walk around, and of course, where, well, they find somewhat the church and where it will be at. And of course, well, first bump into, well, kind of sees a kid fell down and scraping and kind of bleeding. This is where Asia kind of went towards him to kind of say that you're a boy, you don't cry and all that. This is where Issei appears near the kid and saying, hey kid, you okay? This is where the kid says, no. This is where Issei says, hey kid, I want you to close your eyes for me. This is where, well, he says, fine, and your pain will be going away. That's where Issei says, arise, come out, healer. That's where healer appears, starts healing the boy in an instant. That's where, well, Asia is shocked with the healing power that, well, this person just healed the wound in an instant, like it was just gone. But of course, it was more shocking that it was like a soldier or something that, well, Issei said. Issei said, you're okay, kid? This is where the shadow disappears, but mostly, well, the kid gets up and says, yeah, I am. What happened? This is where, well, Issei says, kid, let's see that I use magic. This is where, well, the kid says, huh? Magic? Interesting, that was so cool. Thank you, man. This is where the kid runs away, but yeah, this is where Asia was shocked. She then says, you don't care if I saw that? Issei says, I don't care because I can notice your magic is supposed to be healing. But I don't care if you know or not. So the church is over there. It's an abandoned church. But whatever. This is where, well, Issei says, I'll be coming along with you. This is where, well, she says, really? Yeah, let's go. This is where they kind of go. And of course, they go, and of course, is where, well, Asia kind of meets up with the priest, the crazy ass fucking priest. Now, I call him crazy because he is fucking crazy. And of course, mostly similar original canon happens. Mostly Issei kind of walks away from Asia, and of course, walks to see what the priest was doing. And the priest was right now killing someone. And so, well, there was blood on the ground, and Issei seems undisturbed. He doesn't give a shit. He then looks at the priest, and the priest says, huh? Oh, you saw me kill these filthy, wretched devils. There were those that were trying to get devil contractors. But that's too bad for them that I killed them. Issei says, they didn't look like devils at all. They looked like humans. But you killed them. So there was really no excuse for you to kill them. Here's where mostly the priest says, oh, are you thinking that devil should live and all that? Then you must be a devil yourself. That's where he shoots at Issei and tries to cut at him. Issei first grabs, but doesn't grab the bullet. Mostly dodges to the right, dodges another bullet to the left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Mostly then the man tries to swing his sword down at Issei. Issei blocks that shit with a dagger. Now this dagger is kind of reddish. This is where Issei says, damn, you really suck at swinging that blade. That's what the man says, what the hell is that? That's where Issei throws the blade in an instant, stabbing this man in the leg. This man says, ah! He screams in pain. This is where when Asia gets towards what is happening, she didn't put the barrier well enough, but yeah, it started breaking. And that's where, well, She kind of sees what is happening. This is where she says, Issei? This is where she turns around and sees the blood and says, what just happened? Issei says, well, this crazy bastard kills them. This is where Master says, well, they deserve that. They're devils. And those devils should have stayed dead. This is where he then shot a glare at Issei. Issei shot a glare at him. And this is where Issei, before even saying anything, death glare. This is where, well, not death glare, death touch. This is where the man felt like he couldn't breathe mostly. He felt like he was gonna black out any time. This is where Issei says, you're an annoying scum. I should kill you at once. This is where the man says, well, I might not be able to kill you, but I can kill her. He shot 2 bullets at, well, Asia. This is where Asia was shocked, but this is where Issei blocks it by using his arm. This is where she said, Issei. Issei says, I'm fine. This is where, well, the man says, now your arm isn't very useful. This is where a portal appears, mostly a red portal. And this is where he says, he gets kicked to the fucking, well, mostly wall, or mostly get a slash, and then before punching the wall. This is where, well, then there's a black hair girl, and yeah, you get the point. Ria's group actually appears. That's where, well, Ria says, holy shit, I didn't expect you to be in the church this much, and you're gonna be so troublesome later on, aren't you? Issei says, what are you doing here, Rias? If you're here to bother me, I had everything under control. Really, look at your arm, it's bleeding. Well, you can see here is I don't care. This is where, well, he kind of sees the blood and pouring. He's like, meh, don't give a shit. This is where, well, he says, this is where the man says, devils. Luckily, the fallen angels will be getting here. He's laughing and all that. This is where, well, Ria says, damn it, fallen angels. This is where she tells everyone to come. And this is where she doesn't have a pact with, what's it called, Asia, or what's it called, Issei. This is where Issei says, shadow soldiers. This is where, well, shadow soldiers appear near him, but they were already outside. And this is where he then told Rias to kind of put her hands over her servants, and her servants to put, well, another hand onto the other servant, and then Asia. This is where, well, he then puts his hand over, what's it called, mostly Ria's head. And this is where she says, what are you doing? This is where fallen angels appear saying, hey, where are you? This is where Issei says, shadow exchange. This is where, well, they all disappeared in an instant. This is where, well, they appear outside. This is where they're confused, but they wanted to vomit a little bit. This is where Ria says, what just happened? This is where, well, Issei says, we're outside. Hey, Asia, are you okay? She said, yeah. This is where Ria's face a little bit red because, well, she wasn't expecting Issei to just put his hand over, what's it called, her head. This is where, well, she then felt like if she got kind of patted on her head, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei says, whatever, I'm out of here. This is where, well, Issei says, I'm going back to kicking their asses. Bye, shadow change. This is where Shadow Soldier appears. This is where he kind of bow down on just, sorry for disturbing anything, but yeah, he then dissipates. Mostly turns into an ant and just appears mostly near Asia's kind of shadow. Because all the shadows were just told to just protect Asia. This is where Issei appears in the kind of belly of, well, the kind of angels or fallen angels fighting against, well, mostly the kind of, well, soldiers. That's where Issei says, come back, soldiers. The soldiers do, and that's where the fallen angels say, what is this? Hey, who are you? That's where Issei says, nothing, dragon breath. That's where his mouth turns, well, glowing until he launches a giant blast, destroying the church in an instant, and destroying, well, what's it called? Anything that stood in front of him, and it's gone for just miles of radius. This is where he then says, bleh. This is where Fallen Angel almost hit him with the spear. He cracked that shit and appears with a kind of, what's it called, dagger. That's where he slices the head out of the Fallen Angel. He says, shut your bitch ass up. This is where, well, the person died in an instant, but yeah. Mostly a bunch of Fallen Angels were eliminated in an instant. Just gone. Just absolute rip and torn. Well, mostly obliterated, but yeah. But for right now, I'm going to end it off here. And I'm guessing this should be a one-shot. I did say I was going to upload anything one-shotted episodes into, well, what's it called? my second channel. But yeah, just so I can upload what's it called, somewhat what ifs that I don't really want to upload on my first channel. But yeah, other than that, goodbye Chuckle Fucks, because that is going to be my outro for, well, my second channel. But other than that, bye bye.